as we track these developments. Meanwhile, we're shifting focus to some other key developments trickling in. As part of the growing EU-India maritime cooperation, 2 EU NAVFOR Atalanta vessels will be making a port call in Mumbai next week. On this occasion, Rear Admiral Davide Da Pozzo, Force Commander of EU NAVFOR Atalanta, will visit India to engage with Indian counterparts, strengthening operational ties and to oversee the planning of a joint maritime exercise following this port visit. My colleague Brian Anthony Thomas has spoken to Rear Admiral Davide Da Pozzo, Force Commander of EU NAVFOR Atalanta, and H.E. Hervé Delphine, EU Ambassador to India. Let's take a look at these conversations.
Well, we are joined by Rear Admiral Davide Da Pozzo. So my very first question to you would be, what are the key objectives of this upcoming joint exercise between both EU NAVFOR Atalanta and even the Indian Navy, and also how do they clearly reflect the evolving maritime security challenges in the Indian Ocean region?
Good afternoon. The main objective of this exercise is to enhance coordination and cooperation with the Indian Navy. We truly believe that coordinate our effort is mandatory to achieve the best effort in counter-piracy and ensure maritime security in the region.
And also, how does the Operation Atalanta's presence and engagement itself in the Western Indian Ocean region complement India's maritime interest and even rather strategic outreach in the region?
Operation Atalanta is a maritime security operation in the northwestern Indian Ocean, which ensure maritime security in the region. As said, considering the vastness of the area and the issues and the challenges that we face in that area, cooperation is a must. In this perspective, we recognize the role of the Indian Navy in contributing to ensure maritime security. So we are very looking forward to enhance our ability to work and cooperate together.
And my very last question to you would be, given the rise of piracy threats also near the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden itself, how is UNAVFOR also adapting its operational tactics, and what role do you think do partnerships with regional navies like Indian Navy play in this very strategy?
We keep updating the pattern of life and the situation at sea. So we gather how the threat is evolving and we adapt swiftly to the new challenges. And not only in the Gulf of Aden, in the Red Sea, but mainly in the Somali Basin, and where the situation could worsen. And at the same time, we foster coordination and cooperation with our partners, such as the Indian Navy, as said, to be more effective and achieve an overall maritime security, which at the end of the day is the common goal of all of us.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us. So yes, viewers, that was Rear Admiral who spoke to us exclusively for Newsx. This is me, Brian Anthony Thomas, signing with camera person Nitin. We're joined by a European Union Ambassador to India, Hervé Delphine. Sir, my very first question to you would be, how does the Mumbai port call and joint maritime exercise fit into European Union's broader strategy of strengthening security cooperation with India under the very EU-India strategic partnership?
Yeah, well, I mean, the position of India strategically in the middle of the Indian Ocean is vital because it stands in the middle of a strategic area, the Indian Ocean, through which most significant percentage of EU trade is cruising. Our imports and exports, 40% of those go through the Indian Ocean. So as India is a prime actor in terms of maritime security, we see every interest for the EU and India to cooperate in maritime security. And this has been happening, the recognition of this has been developed over years, and this is now happening. And this exercise, this Navy exercise, is testament of the commitment of both sides to take this cooperation a notch up to the operational and tactical level, really to address the common challenges we face, piracy, illegal trafficking, that can represent a threat to our respective economic interests or assets.
And sir, also, are there any specific outcomes or agreements that is being pursued, because you're here as well, that could, pave way for a deeper European Union Indian collaboration in both defense and also maritime cooperation?
I think if as a result of such exercise we can come to the development of understandings and protocols that can facilitate the cooperation in real situations, I think that will be a great achievement, because it will be ultimately in our mutual benefit. If I expand a bit more in terms of security and defense partnership, I mean, clearly there are other areas, what I would call the new front lines of security challenges, like cyber, hybrid threats, that I think we recognize as issues. During the leaders' discussions back in February, when President von der Leyen visited Prime Minister Modi, there was also discussions about the security dimension of space, the security dimension of AI. So all these areas, I think we look at it, I would say, in a rather wide spectrum. All what we see as potential threats, we should be able to discuss and cooperate on those.
And also my very last question to you would be, with the European Union also increasingly engaging in both Indo-Pacific, how does India factor into European Union's vision for a free, open and a rule-based maritime sector in the region?
I think the role that India can play is crucial, clearly, as one of the key actors in the Indian Ocean, but also India has made it clear that it also has views on the situation in the Pacific. This is really, I would say, a common strategic objective where EU and India interests intersect greatly. And we recognize each other as really partners in the Indo-Pacific space. And I think there will be, either through this concrete operation today here in Mumbai, but in many other ways we will deepen that cooperation.
Thank you so much, Ambassador, for speaking to us. So yes, viewers, that was Harvey Delphin, who spoke exclusively to Newsx about the European Union and the Indo-Pacific partnership also, that is strengthening each day and every day. This is me, Brian Thomas, signing with camera person Nitin for Newsx, Mumbai.